How would you like to discover the tools you need to use in order to organize a professional event? In today's episode, Anca Platon Trifan will tell us the AI tools you can leverage right now if you are an event pro. And what's so special about Anca is that she's an award-winning speaker and CEO of Tree-Fan Events Production, known for helping event professionals and business leaders integrate AI, AV, and fitness-fueled discipline into how they lead, build, and show up. With over 20 years in AV production and event technology, Anca has produced high-stakes shows worldwide, taught AI strategy to hundreds of conferences, agencies, and small businesses. So, Anca, tell us more about AI tools for event pros. I didn't even think about, I organize events, I organize large events, and I'm perhaps not using the AI tools that can be leveraged to produce a professional event. So I'm so curious about the kind of strategy you will share with us and the tools to use.
AI Superwoman podcast with Lily Patrashku shares the world's most innovative AI tools and processes to go from technophobe to AI pro, attract leads, close sales, automate your business, enhance productivity, and deploy AI agents to do your work.
Well, first off, thank you so much, Lily, for having me. It's a pleasure to be on your show and excited to talk about something that I'm actually quite passionate about. I kind of made it my mission, especially after 20 plus years of being a technologist in events and in the technical space for quite a while, to stay at the forefront of technology and innovation. And obviously, AI in the last 3 years has been taken our world professionally and personally by storm. So being able to speak to AI, but not just speak to AI in a way that is overwhelming, but in a way that brings practical and tactical advice and strategies as well as frameworks to the industry and also to small business owners, because I feel like a lot of the tools that we use within the event industry can be applied across the board in a small business, for example, or if you're running a different type of a consulting operation or whatever. And some of the things that we use in events are very much based on what we're trying to solve. What is the problem we're trying to solve, and how can we make our life easier? And that's not, in any way, shape, or form something that is new, but it is supportive of being productive. So if you're just starting out, you first have to understand how to use AI. And I do quite a bit of education around AI, what it is, how is it different from like machine learning, how is it helping you, how can you converse with it in a way that is productive, and how can you prompt it in a way that you can get the outcome, the results that you need. And a lot of people, they do use tools such as ChatGPT, and they use Gemini or Perplexity or Gork. There's quite a few LLMs, large language models out there that you can incorporate. And beyond that, actually, I have a talk that delivers messaging just beyond ChatGPT, tools that you can use beyond ChatGPT, because yes, you can get a lot of out of ChatGPT, and I love my ChatGPT. It has a name. I love to do all my projects, my automations in ChatGPT. Don't get me wrong, it's my best friend. Sometimes is even my I would say my personal confidant and even therapist when I need it, right? But many times is beyond it just using it for say marketing copy, or those are some of the best uses, right? Like content creation, repurposing of content, rewriting of whatever messaging that you can easily do that. And a few things that I like to highlight, and that's something that we're using right now. For example, as we're recording, I have my AI note taker that I invite to all of my meetings. I was part of a workshop earlier today, just to give you an example, tool. And then at the same time, I had to do another podcast recording for my own podcast, Events Demystified, and I couldn't stay the whole time. So I had my AI note taker take all the notes, all the key takeaways, and send me the report of that. And now I know what I need to do to follow up because I couldn't be in two places at once. Sure enough, maybe one day I'll be in two places at once, but right now I'm still struggling to be in one place at once, right? So using an AI note taker, I think it's the fastest and bestest way in which you can capture not just the information, but also be able to take action on that. So you're not scrambling for notes during walkthroughs or run-throughs, especially when it comes to events. You can track inbound discovery calls. You can analyze trends and questions and even turn them into FAQs. And you can turn that into landing pages, knowing that this is the type of question that someone would ask about your event. And I have a few tools that I love to use even on the fly, like Fireflies AI, MeetGeek AI. Obviously, there's the Zoom AI Companion, there's Otter AI, there is Phantom, TLDV, Read AI, so many that are being used right now. What my advice to you is just use one, pick one. Another one that I love is by Google's came up with quite a few AI tools. Obviously, Gemini is their large language model, but Notebook LM is an amazing tool. If you're not using yet, you need to dive into it. Not only can it summarize documents, think contracts, reports, research, can it draft proposals, think faster client proposal they can send out, but it can also extract information from email threads, long contracts. Many times I would upload different type of estimates from different vendors and then have it compare and provide an analysis of which one is better for these reasons. Those are my considerations and those are my limitations. Those are my constraints. And then I have it provide a report based on that. You can also create content outlines, mind maps, think also podcasts, blogs, newsletter. I have an entire podcast AI Talks, which is basically two AI hosts talking about a topic, and that topic is based on the research papers that I uploaded to Notebook LM to be able to create the content. So say you have created or wrote like a lot of content, or you have event content that you're sitting on, or you have blog posts that you want to repurpose. That is such an easy way to repurpose that content in a way that doesn't cost you money, because it doesn't take another person to do it for you, another production company to generate video content or whatever. Another AI tool that I love to use from Google is called Google AI Studio. And if you haven't experimented with this, it really takes you from prompt to basically program flow. A few use cases would be pitched team itineraries. I would run a prompt and say, okay, I'm planning this 3-day corporate retreat, and I want you to produce not just the agenda, but also to visualize it for me. So like if we're doing a yoga session in the morning, or we have a run, or we have some type of wellness activity in the morning, and then we go into a keynote and then sessions, and then we have our lunch, and then we have maybe some other wellness break in between those sessions, and then we have an after hours at the end of the day. All of that is pre-visualized in imagery that then you can easily then take to say you have a client proposal, you have a client prospect that you want to either sell them on the concept, or you want to present them the concept. You can rewrite, reformat agendas. You can even visualize meeting spaces and sample flows based on the prompt that you're giving. And then if you're a business owner and you're not necessarily in the event space, you can create social graphics, things branded content. You can personalize emails for high engagement rates. You can even do professional website visuals to clean up images. Like you have some, background that you want to get rid of and replace it with something else. You can even turn a black and white photo into a color photo. Think of your grandma's black and white photos that you can easily, without altering the person in the photo. And I think this is important to highlight, because a lot of AI, especially generative AI that will create and produce photos, we will reproduce a photo, but then we will Google AI Studio doesn't do that, and it's amazing to use. Another tool that I love to use a whole lot is Midjourney AI Editor. That's another way in which you can show the vision of whatever you're trying to sell before it even exists. So think about service offering mockups, event graphics, marketing visuals. I had a client that had this visual of an event of a ballroom that they wanted to do differently. And they said, this is the picture of our event from last year. What can we do this year to make it different? Now, you can invest a lot of money in CAD drawings and Vectorworks representations and renderings, or you can take it to AI and you can easily prompt it to change the front of the room with, say, you can have LED screens, or instead of having lighting here, you can have lighting there, or instead of having this color, you can have that color. And that can easily be done with AI tools, so you don't have to pay a gazillion of money on, on a service that maybe you might not afford, or you can take that money and allocate it to something else. A great tool that I also love to use, especially when it comes to a lot of content, because events are sitting on so much content. Think video recordings, think photos, think summaries of sessions, and a lot of that content is not necessarily repurposed or used. It's just archived. Now, why is that? It's because it takes time and money and extra people for someone to take hours upon hours of sessions and then edit them down and then create reels or not. These days, you don't need to do that anymore because you have tools that can help you. You have the Script AI. I use that actually for my own podcast. It provides me with not only capturing, but remover of, say, filler words or repetitive words. It can create short social media content. It can share professional videos instantly. But say you're a business owner and you're like, well, I don't really have a podcast and I don't really care about content like that. Well, you most likely are engaging in Zoom calls. You're on a Zoom call with a client. Imagine that you can take that recording of that Zoom call and run it to the script. Not only are you getting the transcript, but you can take snippets of that, auto-generate snippets that you can send to your client to personalize that experience and say, hey, we were talking about this, and I really loved when you said this and this and this, and it's in a video snippet. I promise you nobody else does that. So you will stand out in one way or another, hopefully in a good way, and you'll be memorable enough that they will give you a call back and say, hey, we trust you because it does look like you're at the forefront of technology and you really put some effort into not just impressing us, but personalizing that experience. Another tool that I love, because we deal with a lot of event related swag, is called Recraft AI. And what Recraft AI does, it turns logos into ready to sell product mockups. And think about the use cases for this could be client branded swag mockups for event giveaways like t-shirt, mugs, tote bags. Why would you want to use that? Because you don't have to order a bunch of trial swag to see if you even like how that logo looked on that shirt or on that mug. You can just visualize it in this tool with AI, and then you can change it. You can even see it in like 3D, and all of that goes back to creating this custom experience, custom concepts for your clients, for your events. Maybe those are welcome gifts, or maybe they're properly branded merchandise or welcome back designs, whatever it is that you want to create. That's instant merchandise mockups, event swag ready, and then client gift visualization that you can market right away.
Follow me for more AI productivity tools.